Hey guys, I'm Joel Gamoran, National Chef for Sur La Table and host of Scraps, a food waste cooking show. And right now I'm whipping up Thanksgiving for 10, and I planned it all out with the Guest-imator by Save the Food. And I'm cooking one of my favorite side dishes. This is Beet Greens, unbelievably forgotten, incredibly peppery, and I bet you can even find this free at your local farmer's market. This is my Beet Greens with nutmeg and clementine. So they come to you like this, right? The beets grow on the bottom, and all you do is you just take your finger and you just rip off the greens, okay? So the stems themselves are crunchy, they're absolutely delicious. Chop them up just into bite-sized pieces. It looks like a lot, but really when it cooks, all the water goes away, and it's just this amazing concentration of flavor. Speaking of flavor, we gotta build a base for these greens. So I've got some chili, garlic, and ginger. They're not flavors you see all the time in Thanksgiving. Maybe a little bit of ginger in your pumpkin pie, but not fresh like this, which brings a little heat. I got a little bit of canola oil. I'm gonna add just a couple tablespoons to the pan. And then I'm gonna gather up all of these aromatics. You wanna hear a little sizzle. Give this a little bit of time in the pan because this is gonna kind of crisp up and add just a touch of texture to those greens. I've got some preserved lemons, and all you're after is the peel. It's pungent, salty, and goes perfect with these flavors. Oh, that garlic smells so good. Now, beet greens. And beet greens have enough water where it's gonna kind of deglaze the pan and pick up all the flavor that you've worked really hard in kind of building. I like to stack them just until I can't stack them anymore. Throw on the lid and wait about 2-3 minutes. And what's rad about beet greens, they're almost impossible to overcook. So you just kind of keep going until it all fits in the pan. So it's been about 15 minutes, and I told you that giant pile creates this nice even layer. Nutmeg and greens, spinach, kale, collards, and especially beet greens. Count to 10, because this stuff really makes it sing. And then while you have your little microplane out, I've got clementine. And then I'm gonna open up the clementines. Oh, this smells so good. And as I'm kind of squeezing, the clementine and all the spices and the zest and the nutmeg is making kind of a little pan sauce in the bottom. That over these greens, all day, baby. I started with 8 ounces per person, which is what the Guest-imator told me to use, and honestly, it's the perfect amount. This is so different, so out of the box. People are gonna be blown away by this. The stems are really tender. The greens are really, really delicious. You get all that clementine, you get that nutmeg, and it just seasons the whole dish. This is so different, and I absolutely adore it. If you want this recipe, even more food waste tips, and of course, the Guest-imator, head to SaveTheFood.com. I'm gonna take out this whole entire plate.